If you can't handle losses in trading, you're not going to make this into a career, so you better learn quickly how to get better at taking losses and bouncing back from them slowly but surely on the right path so you have a better chance of turning this into a career, because I really do believe that's what separates those who survive and those who don't. It's all about not the winners they take, but the losses and how they handle them that soon allow them to take that next winning trade. So first, I want to look at my trade Zella here. Now, to be front with you, on this Thursday the 20th, there is a minus $3,000 day, which is why we're talking about it in this video. But of course, I don't have the data in it because I lost the account and I didn't import the data first. And so now I can't go back and get it. So let's just all pretend there's a minus $3,000 day there. Nice and red. And if you remember, my first tilt day in almost 6 months, I made a video about that on this channel as well, here on the 4th. Now that's about $5,000 of losses this month in 2 days. Very, very bad. Definitely need to correct that. Now, the first one on the 4th, definitely my doing. You can see it's 14 trades. I made a video about that. Not that this 20th day isn't my doing, but it definitely different circumstances. Again, I made a video about that, to go check that out on this channel. But it was just not the normal way that people normally lose accounts. It wasn't tilt. It wasn't going off strategy. It was just a misstep and a mistake that I wasn't on the charts. Whatever. Go check it out. But still, coming back on the Monday, because I took off that Friday, handling your losses. I really do think that's what separates the good traders from the bad and the great traders from the good traders. If you can handle your losses well and just take it on the chin and survive to trade that next day, sometimes it's not always going to give you an opportunity to make it back the next day or the later on in the session. Sometimes it's going to be the next day, very rarely, maybe 2 days from now, but whatever. But if you could take the long-term approach and realize as long as you followed your plan, didn't risk too heavy, didn't move your stop loss while you were within that trade and change some of the variables of making it tighter, making it wider, so you lose more, then you did your job. You weighed probabilities. You didn't forecast or predict what was going to happen. You weighed probabilities with the information that you were given, and you guess you can call it, you took a guess. But following your plan, that's all you can control. You can't control where the market's going to go. Now, on this 4th day where I took those losses, I did all the things wrong. So it's paramount that I come in on the 5th, on the 6th, and the 7th, all the days following that I get back to following that plan, so that I can have higher probabilities to find success, find winning trades, and not let that minus $2,000 day turn into another one because I'm revengeful, I'm angry, or I'm lacking confidence in that setup or my plan. So let me do something different. Let me just guess what's going to happen. Let me try something different because that didn't work yesterday. Have confidence in it. Realize it's just one day. Sometimes it's 3 trades or 4 trades that you have a losing streak. It's just 4 trades out of the next 100 that you're going to take. You may go on a 10-trade win streak. And then you certainly wouldn't be questioning your setup and your system at that point, would you? So it's all about just not putting too much weight on that given day and the outcome of it. As long as you can lay your head on your pillow at night and be proud of what you did, then that's a good, healthy red day. But how do we set in a plan for the next day to make sure that we don't have it lingering and we still do take stupid setups the next day? That's where a report card is paramount the night of or the day of these bad red days, so we can go look at what are the trades that I took. What could I have done better? Where could I have called it quits and said, you've done enough for the day? Where were the good opportunities? Why weren't I in those? Where could I have been in those good opportunities? All these different things that we remind ourselves, okay, so I do know what I am doing and what I'm supposed to be doing. Now let me just make sure I go and do that again tomorrow and not let those thoughts creep in of, I have to make it all back. If you could bounce back from your losses, I'd say within a week, right? Look at my trade Zella here. I only made $6 the next day. We can click on it. I had a loss and then a winner. So it was like a break-even day. I lost even more following that 2.4K. I scraped it back. I didn't get greedy and ask for even more. No, let's make it all back from yesterday. Then flat the next day. 1.2K, $600, $900, $250. A week later, we made it all back. If you could have just waited a week. What's a week? If you're looking to do this for a career, a week is not a long time. But everyone wants that success and gratification the very next day. Give me back all my losses that I lost yesterday. I want it right now. But why not just wait a week, right? By going quicker and by trying to get it by tomorrow or the next day, you're probably going to hurt yourself more and set yourself back a week. And then you do it again another week. So by actually going too fast, you actually wasted 3 weeks. I went slow and it only took me a week. So figure that. But in the moment, it feels like you're doing the right thing, that you need to go quick, you need to go fast. You need to size up. That's the quickest way to get these profits back. But it's normally going slow, going back to the basics. I mean, this was my trade today following that bad red day. This is straight out of the course. Now, of course, I did have to go buy a new account. So all these trades are on Tradeify, where if you use code Evan, you'll get 30% off all these accounts and actually 35% off the 50K straight to sim fundeds, which is what I'm trading here. So make sure you definitely go use code Evan so you don't buy at full price. But this is my trade here. Back in line with the trend. Off a key level. Trend continuation. If this trade loses and comes down, breaks below New York VWAP and turns into a bearish day, I can't predict that. That's not what the market was telling me it probably wanted to do. So I had a good stop loss. I had a good entry. I didn't over risk. I did my job. And it so happened that it won because it's a good trade. But sometimes, obviously, good trades lose. But I did my job today of following that poor red day on Thursday, coming back in on the Monday to start the week, following my plan to a T. I had a good exit on it as well. As it slowed down, I didn't just move stop loss to break even and potentially get nothing. I bagged profits when it was slowing, so I could walk away with a small winner, and then maybe tomorrow I'll make another 1,000, and then another 200, and then 600, and then I zoom back on a week. I made back all that $3,000. We're right back where we were. But if I try to go too fast or try to size up too quickly on one specific trade and it loses, I'm just going to keep on going backwards rather than going forward. From one bad day, it turns into a bad week or two, right? So definitely slowing on down, eating the pain of, okay, yeah, that Thursday it sucked. I had a $2,000 payout sitting there, lost it. Can't cry about it now. Let's move forward. What can I do to get better? Here are the setups that I should be taking. Again, all these setups that I'm taking are taught in Futures 2.0 here on AceFX TV. So if you want to have access to it and learn them yourself and then watch me trade them here on stream, you can see this is the replay from this morning. That's the same trade we just went over there. But you'll get access to the streams and the courses for 50% off if you use code Evan. So if you go and check that out, so you have an idea of what should I be trading every day so that I don't have these mysterious red days if I don't know what setup I'm taking. So if you go and check that out. But I think just losses are the biggest thing, as silly as it sounds, of why people don't make money. Because I feel like most of you watching, I would take a guess, that you all find winners. There's no problem finding a winner, but you might have taken 6 trades today outside of that one nice winner that we all took together on stream. So now you just have too many red days or too many red trades around that one solid good winner. So you're finding the wins just fine, but you're also finding too many losses that we need to cut back on that, right? So again, on this Tuesday that blew up, way too many trades. I can't expect to take 10 trades and win all 10. So it's no wonder that I took 14 trades and it's a red day. That's very tough to be that perfect and win them all. But if I could take 2 trades or even 1 trade, I can go 1 for 1. I can go 2 for 2. But to go 6 for 6, 7 for 7 on a given day, that's pushing my luck right there. So I'm trying to slim back down that there's not even a good chance that I take many losses today because I'm not in many trades. So slow it on down. You'll realize the power of it. I mean, going back in all my months from February, the 2 red days I had, very small. I'm playing the long term. Bouncing back from these losses, it may take a day. Sometimes it will take an hour, and that'll be great. Sometimes it will take a day, 2 days, a week. Just trust me. However long it takes, it's going to be better than the way of trying to rush it to get it all back. Because most often people will lose 400 on this day, rush to make it back, lose another 400. Okay, well now we need to make 800. How much harder is that to make than 400? Twice as much. And then we have another red day on the 10th. All right, well now we're down 1,000. It just gets tougher and tougher to make it all back, where if you could just go slow and have no rush or timeline on this thing. I thought you wanted to make a career out of this. Why is there a time frame on it and a finish line of when we need to get these things back by? I'm playing for the week, for the month, for the quarter. I want to have good weeks. On all my coaching calls this month, I made it a really big point to just say, whatever day we're on, just play for the 31st. If we can come back on the March 31st and we look at this calendar, be like, oh, wow, I actually stacked together some pretty good weeks. But on Wednesday the 6th, on the 5th, I made $6. On that Wednesday, do you think I was super happy I made $6? I was like, damn, that's not enough. That's basically like I didn't even trade. And you're right. But let's say the 12th, I only made $250. That's not enough. I got to keep going. But you slow on down, you zoom out. When I come back on the 31st, I'll get, again, minus that $3,000 day. For most people, it's like, oh, wow, that 600, that 500, that 300, that 1,000, they all add up. And I actually had a really great month. I didn't let those red days turn into multiple red days of 2 outsized days. So, slimming back your losses, reverting back to what your simple plan is. You should have a repeatable plan. I give you mine on AceFX TV, like I mentioned. I also use all these edgeful stats. Definitely just slow it back down and keep it simple. The most important trade after a tilt day or red day is that next one. So you better make it a good one so it doesn't spiral into more and more. All right. So hopefully you found value in this. Remember, you're always going to take losses, so don't run from them. Don't fear them, and don't let them bleed into worse trades. Of course, you could join us on AceFX TV. You'll see us take these trades live, and hopefully we can guide you through the management and the emotions of it. You could also ask questions on how you're feeling, how we're feeling, all those good things. We'll try to hold you accountable. But make sure you drop a like, leave a comment if you found value in it. I appreciate you guys always tuning in. Trade safe. I'll see you guys on the charts tomorrow morning.